everybody. Today is a turn of economics. We already uploaded the video of FDI. Now it is the second in a go, and this is the most probable topic for PT as well as mains 2020 and 2019. Majority of the students are complaining about economics. Even there is very less options available to understand the economics. I'm not saying that we are good in economics, but we are capable to make you very comfortable with economics. Because economics is like a mathematics. If you understood, you will never forget. But if you are not understanding the concepts, whatever books you want to read, read it. One go you are feeling you are understanding. But after 2 days, you are not in the condition to apply. In the PT mains, UPSC is asking the analytical and applied economics. 2019 PT, all the questions of economics are coming from our 4 booklets which are only dealing with terminology and concepts plus good morning times. So on the request of the students, I am taking this economics and related topics. For example, last to last video, investment models. Unemployment in India, what are the reasons, how to solve it, different type of unemployment. Now we cannot distinguish it is important for PT or it is important for mains. So please write down the probable question first, that what type of question UPSC can ask in this topic. Why government is moving towards, why the government is moving towards the strategy of merger of banks. Can this policy yield the desired result? Can this policy yield the desired results? Can this policy yield the desired result? Question number 2. Narsimhan Committee to Gyan Sangam. Narsimhan Committee to Gyan Sangam. Policy maker talks about recapitalization and merger of banks. How far it is sustainable for banking system in India? How far it is sustainable for banking system in India? Question number 3. Recapitalization is the solution for NPA. Recapitalization is a solution for NPA, or India can do something else, or India can do something else to make Indian banking system more efficient, to make Indian banking system more efficient and solving the problem of NPA and solving the problem of NPA. Now these are the probable question which is highly important for your examination. Take 11 minutes. Now we start the discussion. First, try to understand the summary of the topic. Banks. What is the working of the bank? In India, we are not having capitalism, that banks are owned by private individuals with the interest of profit. In India, we are having the bank under the regulation of RBI, mainly for the purpose of industrialization, agriculture, credit, economic growth, and if these banks are not performing, government can come for the rescue, and ultimately RBI is the custodian of all the banks. So there has been a difference between capitalism and socialism banking system. Now what exactly happened again and again? Think in this manner, a person is earning only 50,000 rupees per month, but he is having the power to allot the loan of 5 crores. Kabhi na kabhi to kuch hoga. Not everybody is same, resulting into corruption, favoritism. Agents are working in this country who are taking the guarantee that we can 100% provide you the loan. Nexus of middlemen, bank manager, politicians, and businessmen resulted into willful defaulters, which recently you people recognized in the form of Nirav Modi, Vijay Mallya, Sahara, so many influential people in this country. They're running their business on loans, 300 crores to 6,000 crores, even recently Jet Airways. How these people are getting this much amount of loan without nepotism, without networking of favoritism and corruption? This is a major problem of banks. Public sector bank, more corruption, high NPA, 11-12%. Private sector bank, profit motive, less corruption, less NPA, just 2-3%. This is a difference. So in India, banking system is a spinal cord because they are providing the credit. Through credit, liquidity. Liquidity is important for industries. Industry doing the production, give the employment. Employment give the source of earning. People start consumption. And when people start consumption, they again give impetus to industry and revenue to government. मुझे लगता है आपने सुना होगा. नहीं सुना? Again rewind and please listen this particular cycle again. I am repeating very fast. Bank, loan, industry, production, employment, people getting salary, again consume, again industrialization. Positive economic cycle. Liquidity is running, industry is running, employment is running, income is coming. Everybody is happy. But suddenly one link become weak. One link become weak, that is bank. Now bank is saying no to the loan. Without loan, industry production decreases. Industry says unemployment. I do not bear 100 employees. Unemployment resulting into poor consumption. And poor consumption again resulting into poor growth of industry. Present India. उम्मीद करता हूँ सबको समझ में आ रहा होगा मैं क्या बोलने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. Maybe all of you understood in a very simple manner. This is economics. Very easy thing to understand. Therefore, for this Indian economy, bank is critical. That's why government is always serious about banks. Whenever you are reading any newspaper, half of the economic section always give the knowledge about banks. Banks related news, which is very important. The government is now examining that bank in our country are so many, more than 20, 25. And these banks are guided by problems like corruption, high NPA, less liquidity, and the salary burden of the employees are increasing. Then government thought about their previous recommendation. The first time Narasimhan committee talks about merger of the banks. 3 or 4 banks of international repute, 8 to 10 banks of nationwide presence, and so many regional banks with different rules. International banks can give big loans. Nationwide bank can give the loan of lesser value. And regional banks can give only small loans of 1,50,000, 30,000, 20,000 like this. And this is a very good structuring. Because higher the category, more responsibility, more rules, more regulation, less NPA. Lower category of banks, they just do the work of deposit and lending small loans for the poor people or marginal peoples. But nobody accepted it. And we was guided by expansion of new banks, private banks. After Narasimhan, another committee came, PJ Naik. PJ Naik committee also talks about the same thing, merger of banks. Again, somehow we didn't realize. Then Economic Survey 18 talks about merger of banks, and this government strictly took this measure as a merger of bank, also guided by Gyan Sangam, which is a banking retreat under Ministry of Finance. Then first RBI merged SBI with Bharatiya Mahila Bank. Then all the subsidiaries of SBI, I'm really sorry, SBI with Bharatiya Mahila Bank, then SBI with subsidiary, and recently Vijay Bank, Bank of Baroda and Dena Bank. And recently again they announced something. Purpose is only one, stronger bank by merging all the weaker banks. Mainly to solve the problem of NPA. After merging of banks, people start agitating in both the manner, good as well as bad. What exactly are the benefit of merger of banks? So many benefits. NPA can reduce, working culture can improve. If bank is only one, we can give range of products. Consumer will get the benefit. Operating cost decreases. In operation, 5 banks take more expenditure. If you are making only one bank expenditure. So, operation cost decreases. Corruption is automatically decreases. Monitoring become very easy for RBI. Inspections, other things. But on the negative side, different bank is using different softwares. So maybe we can feel or we can face the problem of technical issues. And this technical issues somehow is not good. Different working culture resulting into human resource recognition. लोग छोड़कर जा सकते हैं. Customer retention will be a problem. And the strong bank will face the problem of NPA. That means the weaker bank impact in the short term resulting into declining health of strong bank. But whatever is the condition, merger is a solution guided by Gyan Sangam. This thing you should write in the way forward. But we should take this thing in a clear. Before merger, we should make their balance sheet clean. Try to solve maximum NBA problem. We should streamline the technical glitches. Only then we can go for merger. This is a first topic. This lecture belongs to 2 topics. First topic is over. That is merger of banks. Now recapitalization. Government came out with the target of recapitalization to solve the problem of NPA. NPA means non-performing assets. Banking system is facing the problem of non-performing asset. That means whatever loan they give, their installments are not coming, even interest is not coming. That is known as NPA, bad loans. These bad loans also generate the problem of twin balance sheet problem. Twin balance sheet problem means bank is not having the money to lend to the company and company is not having the money to repay back to the bank to get further loan. This problem is known as twin balance sheet. I am again repeating, I am a bank, I am not having money to give you. You people are company. You people are not having the money to give me back, because if you give me back some money, only then I can lend you further. It resulting into stagnation. This problem is known as twin balance sheet problem. So recapitalization is a solution mainly to solve this twin balance sheet problem. ये अपने आंसर में आप लिख के आएंगे, mainly to solve the twin balance sheet problem. What exactly government is deciding? 2.11 or 2.13 trillion rupees we can dump under 3 manner. 1.35 trillion through recapitalization bonds which people can purchase, and this money we can dump into the banks for revival. Remaining 73,000 crores we can provide through budget, market instruments, or even national investment fund where this investment money is putting down. This is a PT question. ये PT में पक्का आ सकता है कभी भी. What are the positive of recapitalization? Positive of recapitalization are so many. Banks can revive. They can lend the money into the economy. We can solve the problem of liquidity and manufacturing. Twin balance sheet problem can resolve. The capital liquidity cycle can run in the country, and even bank can maintain capital adequacy ratio and statutory liquidity ratio. These all are on the positive side. On the negative side, it is not the treatment to the problem of NPA. It is just the symptomatic treatment to show to the world that our NPA has been declining. Because root cause is something different. Banking administration, discipline, corruption. It can increase the fiscal deficit burden of the government. Government already is under the pressure of fiscal deficit, more expenditure. It is a less productive or unproductive use of hard-working taxpayer money. People cannot feel happy. And because of this, it can further generate inequality. And maybe there has been the chances that in the near future, again, NPA will increase, because already government did so many times recapitalization. Then what is the way forward? Way forward is very simple. First, merger of the banks. Second, in spite of the recapitalization, we can tell to the bank that they should recover their NPA through asset reconstruction companies, more regulation to control defaulters, and only for the short period of time, according to the RBI report, we can do the recapitalization of selective banks. So this should be your two topics. Any topic will come in the upcoming mains, and PT में तो आने के पूरे chance हैं. Now see the mind map and learn through the mind map. Problem of the banks, rising NPA. Capital is also, that's the overall capital is declining. Capital is declining. Poor working culture. SLR, statutory liquidity ratio is decreasing and corruption is increasing. First committee, Narsimhan committee, talks about 3 to 4 banks of international order, 8 to 10 national and high regional banks. Then PJ Naik committee is coming, then economic survey, and then Gyan Sangam. Recent merger, Dena Bank, Vijay Bank, Bank of Baroda, and also SBI. Rationale behind the merger of banks. Lower return on the capital employed by the government. Reduce recapitalization burden of the banks, government. Cutting the cost and acquiring the efficiency. To increase the risk-taking abilities of the bank. To reduce government holding. अगर हम ऐसा करेंगे तो गवर्नमेंट की होल्डिंग कम हो जाएगी. To reduce the government holding. Basel III norms or capital adequacy ratio bank can manage. And bad loan problem can resolve. Benefits, bank can gear up for international standard. हमारे banks भी international जैसे हो जाएंगे. Bank can gear for international standards. Public sector bank can expand their coverage. Working culture improved, professional standard improved. More products and quality by the banks. Less interference by board of directors and politicians. Reduction in cash of doing business, operation cost reduced. Technological inefficiency reduces. Central government burden reduction. Bank can maintain proper SLR and capital adequacy ratio. And diversifying the risk management by the banks. Because different banks are having different skill to manage their overall risk. Don't worry about all these things. It is in this handout which we can upload. You can just download this material. Only 8 pages regarding recapitalization and merger of banks. अगर आप इसे जल्दी जल्दी नहीं लिख पा रहे, इसके अंदर हर चीज दे रखी है ना, very elaborated manner. What are the negative? Burden on strong bank because he already run their business in a good manner, but he is taking the problem of now weaker banks. Technical integration problem. मैंने सब समझाया starting में, it is just a revision now. Customer retention problem. Human resource issue, adaptation का issue आएगा in a new working culture. Impact on the NPA cosmetically. We can solve the problem of NPA cosmetically, दिखाने के लिए बस. Against the regional banking requirement, which was the recommendation of Narsimhan committee. So it cannot solve any problem of regional banking. And monopolistic behavior. Some banks are ruling the whole banking sector. इसे बोलते हैं monopolistic behavior. Then recapitalization. Why we are going for recapitalization? To solve the problem of these 4. PT is very important. NPA बोलते रहो मेरे साथ. NPA, liquidity, manufacturing sector and GDP growth. So we want to solve the problem of these 4 things. NPA, liquidity, manufacturing and growth. Because of these 4 things, we are going for recapitalization. How much? 2.11 trillion. 1.35 trillion through recapitalization bonds and 76,000 through budget, market instruments and national investment fund. Recent budget talks about 70,000 crore on 2 bases. Mission Indradhanush provision and Basel III norms. Mission Indradhanush provision and Basel III norms के हिसाब से recapitalization होगा, ये नहीं सबको मिलेगा. No, it is on the basis of Indradhanush, Basel III and asset quality review of RBI. On the basis of this, bank can get the money of recapitalization. Positive, lending capacity will increase. Revival of capital investment cycle. Obviously, this is very important. Revival of capital investment cycle. Twin balance sheet problem can resolve. Regulatory capital requirement of SLR can be maintained. NPA will decrease, bank reforms, bank can initiate their own reforms. Manufacturing increase and future government can disinvest in the better price. So today government is investing, but after 10 years when the bank will revive, government can disinvest the own share at 10 times more cost, resulting into profits. Negative, fiscal deficit increase, only address the symptom, not the root cause of NPA. Bank become dependent on government always. It boosts corruption and poor working culture. Poor utilization of hard working taxpayer, and cycle of bad lending should go on. Cycle of bad lending should go on. Way forward. Bank Board Bureau, lateral entry of staff. Structural reforms in the bank, Gyan Sangam. Merger of the banks. Fugitive Economic Offender Act. Fugitive Economic Offender Act. And Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act. Insolvency and Bankruptcy Act. So these are the measures by which we can solve the problem of recapitalization. This is the alternative solution, that we should not go 100% through recapitalization, and we are giving the opportunity to the bank that they can recover their money themselves. तो ये 5 पॉइंट जरूर याद रखने हैं. बोलो, बैंक बोर्ड ब्यूरो, स्ट्रक्चरल रिफॉर्म्स, मर्जर, फ्यूजिटिव इकोनॉमिक ऑफेंडर एंड इंसॉल्वेंसी एंड बैंक्रप्सी एक्ट. ये वे फॉरवर्ड में आप लिख के आएंगे. तो अगेन आई एम होपिंग दैट यू पीपल लाइक दिस वीडियो. इफ यू लाइक्ड, please write comment, please, and also any topic which you want to learn from me. Please revise this lecture. Don't take it as a grant or taken for granted approach. If you listen this video 2-3 times, you become very strong in this topic and you will solve both mains and PT question. Other students who are working for 2020, please refer our Telegram channel, Photo PT 2020. And if you are having any doubt, just mail me or just contact our office. Every Monday and Thursday I am sitting between 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So please revise and enjoy the education and share it as much as possible. Thank you so much. God bless you. Jai Hind. Thank you.